Life's a gamble, I roll dice. Bet against me, I roll twice. I done beat the odds my whole life. I said I'm ready for greatness.
Shit, Dave.
Welcome to the Autonomous Podcast. I am your host, Damian Jackson. Just me. There's nobody else, right? There's no one else. It's just me. I will eventually have some guests, probably some of my friends, stuff like that. Video calls, maybe have them in person here at my house. Don't know if we'll do that or not, when we'll do that, but it will be maybe at some point in the future. This is the evolution of the Underdog Podcast, so this is not technically my first episode. This would be like my 201st episode, I believe. Maybe even more, but this is the first episode of the Autonomous Podcast. And on today's episode, we're going to get right into the good shit, the politics. Trump versus Harris. Who you got? Who you going to vote for? Me personally, I don't vote. I'm not voting. I used to vote, and I went through the whole process of trying to figure out, which candidate I want to vote for. I've always been registered as an independent since 2005, 2004, whenever I registered, and I kept it that way. I have voted for the Democrat. I have voted for a Republican. I voted both parties. I voted independent party. I voted all over the political spectrum. And I did a process. 2008, I voted for Obama for president. And then I didn't vote for president again until 2020. Now I think about it. Yeah, I didn't vote for president again until 2020. And I voted for Trump. So it lets you know my kind of voting history. So when I say Trump versus Harris, who you got, who you going to vote for? I don't vote, and I'm not going to vote because I think it's all bullshit. Yeah, yep. I'm just going to say it. A lot of y'all love politics. Y'all love the theatrics of it all. Y'all want to vote for whoever. You want to be fanatical about who you vote for. And, oh, yes, Team Blue, Democrat, we got to go for them. Team Red, Republican, we got to go for them. The reality is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't think votes count anyways, to be honest with you. I don't think votes count. I mean, the past 2020 election, we seen the shady shit that went on. You can deny it all you want to, but it was there. Do I actually think all the votes count? Fuck no. Fuck no. I don't know what percentage of the votes actually count. Do I think voting actually even does anything? Are the presidents not just picked? Are they not just picked? More than likely, yeah. You actually think they trust you to vote and choose a leader? You actually think the president position means something? But in the spirit of this whole political thing, and because it's funny to fuck with people, Trump versus Harris, who you got? If I had to choose between those two, I'm choosing Trump. Why? Because I don't know what the fuck Harris does. We know the track record Trump has as president because it comes down to the economy. Some of y'all with your whole so-called moral compass that's skewed, you think the Democrats and the Biden, oh, that's what it sounds like, Obama/Biden/Harris administration, you think that they care about, your well-being, the whole morals, and let everybody be what they want to be, and we can have the transgenders and all this other bullshit. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They try to play the moral card, but they don't care. They don't have no morals. These people have no ethics and values. And that goes with both aisles of the political spectrum. So your Republicans is like, we got to worry about the economy. We want to be conservative values. We want to worry about these traditions of what a man is and what a female is. What does it have to do with, I don't know, the economy, right? We don't just talk about the shit that actually matters. When you go to the gas station, when you buy your groceries, we don't talk about that shit. We don't give a fuck about that. We don't give a fuck about those things. Why? I don't know. I guess it's too much logic. Is that what I feel like that's what it is? It's too much logic. So Trump versus Harris, when you care about abortion rights and protect my body, and yeah, I could be wherever I want, and same-sex marriage, those type of things. When you care about those things, which are all individual choices, we tend to say that those are democratic ways, but it is not really. And we think the conservatives don't care about those things. They do and they don't. Get where I'm going with this? Like, everyone is just saying a bunch of shit. But if you want to look at it objectively from that perspective, if you have emotions and you want to go the emotional route, the Democratic side feels good, right? They bring out the celebrities. They tell you that they're not racist. They're like, oh, look how loving we are. We got the rainbow color motherfuckers with us, the LBGYA, whatever. We got them with us and stuff. That's great. That's cool. It's not like they're not on the conservative side as well. But, we're just going to ignore that part. We got all this lovey-dovey stuff, the celebs, all your entertainers, your athletes and everything. They're on the Democratic side. All that sounds great. The fuck does that have to do with running the country? Like, real shit. What the fuck does that have to do with running the goddamn country? Running the corporation that is United States government, that is located headquarter-wise in Washington, D.C., which is not part of the United States. So, when we're talking about Washington, D.C., Capitol Hill, Congress, Pentagon, the White House, we're talking about corporations, businesses. Why are you basing all that on emotions? When we talk about laws and legislation, these people are not supposed to come up with those things. They're not supposed to vote on them. None of that stuff. It's supposed to be we the people, correct? But we know the politics and the government that they taught you in school doesn't actually fucking exist. So once again, Trump versus Harris, who you got, does it fucking matter? Does voting matter? Does any of this actually matter? Because as you could say, the older I get, it's not necessarily more wisdom. It's just experience. It's just seeing the bullshit be played over and over and over through cycles. You can look at this. You can look at it this way: Trump versus Harris. Who you got? Trump is too fucking old. So if you want someone that's a little bit more younger, looks a little bit more younger, looks a little bit more in tune, looks a little bit more like she's aware of the culture and what's going on in America, well, you go with Harris. But looks are deceiving because it looks like that. And now you see Trump trying to get involved in the culture. And I think he did a stream with Aiden Ross, trying to get out there and be like, oh, look, I'm hip too. Let me do my stupid ass dance I've been doing since the 80s. But, whatever, it doesn't matter. And show that he's, with the young people, the younger generation. I heard something or I read something that said that he's looking to legalize cannabis, which is hilarious because you were in fucking office, right? You were in office. I love it when they be like, oh, I'm going to do this. You had your opportunity. Harris, oh, I'm going to do this. You're the vice president. None of this shit matters, man. None of this shit matters. And at some point, we really have to question this whole democracy, this whole constitutional republic, this whole bullshit that they're throwing at us, these isms and stuff, capitalism, communism, socialism, all these things that are throwing at us. It's not actually any of those things that they say it's supposed to be. It's just control. It's just control. It's just a small select percentage of the population, 0.000000001% of the population that's making decisions for the majority, which shouldn't be a fucking thing because you have no idea who the fuck those people are, yet they're making decisions for you. You will never interact with those fucking people. I say this all the time. You will never interact with those people. You will never fucking see them. They will never know your motherfucking name, yet they make decisions for you. Y'all can't tell me that's not insane. You can't tell me that's not insane. Since I was a kid, I'm like, yo, none of this shit makes sense. But then everybody be like, oh no, you just don't understand or you don't know how this really works. No, you don't have to know how it works. You can just fucking see it for yourself. How can someone you don't know has nothing, that they have no clue about your life? No, fuck all that ethnic, cultural background. Fuck all that. Just look at it objectively for what it is at its core. Someone you have no touch, no access, no commonality with is making decisions that's going to affect your fucking life. And that goes for your local government as well. City, incorporated cities, which is another issue. County, state, governors acting as if little monarchies, almost in a sense. The case for not just anarchy, but autonomy, self-governing. Thus the name of this podcast. Everything that I do, everything, the music, the content creation, everything that I'm doing, how I raise my kids, how I speak about it, is building up towards this autonomous society that will thrive into an autonomous civilization. And I'm now at the age of 37. I can say this shit my whole motherfucking chest in confidence. That's what I'm working towards. Autonomous society, autonomous civilization. Because I'm looking around, I'm looking at history, I'm looking at everything, and all I see is a glaring issue. When you allow someone else to make choices and decisions for you and govern you and tell you what the fuck to do, that is an issue. Now, we can decide on the economy and things like that. But I can also decide not to be a part of the economy and still find my way to survive and thrive. We can talk about trying to gather up resources, but understanding spirituality, everything's abundant. You know what? I don't want to go down that route because plenty of episodes, plenty of conversations to have that will flesh that idea out more so. But to keep it at topic, Trump versus Harris, who you got, doesn't matter who you vote for, the shit's going to be trash anyways. Trump is too fucking old. He's out of touch. He can say some things. The reason why I voted for him in 2020, crypto. He did some things, stuff, whatever, behind the scenes that most people didn't know about. But if you follow crypto, you kind of know some of the things that he did a little bit, especially with Ripple, XRP. I made money off it. I made money off it while he was in office. And a few months after he was president, or as he was no longer president, I still made money off of it. Allergies. So for selfish reasons, yeah, that's why you vote. Most people vote for selfish reasons, and they vote because they want to feel good, or they want to think that they're voting for the correct person. The other person is bad, my person is great, as opposed to, hey, I respect this other person, I like some things, but I like this person slightly better. Most people vote off of emotions, and they know you vote off of emotions. That's why they don't even bother to appeal to your logic. Sometimes the conservatives or the Trumps supporters, stuff like that, they try to appeal to people's logic, but they're also fanatical as well. So if everyone is not trying to look at things objectively, logically, and just looking at all this from an emotional perspective when they go Trump versus Harris, once again, what the fuck are we doing? Also, do you think your vote actually counts? Why would they put the power in the hands of the people when we know, you know, I know, my kids know, everyone fucking knows, majority of people are stupid. Half of y'all NPCs apparently, right? With no internal monologue. So, and then another half of y'all apparently can only read at a 6th grade level. So majority of y'all are fucking stupid and NPCs, yet you're voting. I don't want to get rid of this chair. I keep hearing the squeaking. I don't want to get rid of it. I try to spray some oil on it. But maybe I'll sit in a different chair next time. But Trump versus Harris, who you got? You can argue to death over who you think you should have. I think what is it called? The debate is next week on the 10th, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm sure I'll definitely do a recap episode about that. I think it's next week or is this week. Whatever, it's on the 10th. Whenever it is, I'll do a recap episode about that. And as far as the way these episodes will drop, there's no specific schedule, calendar, nothing. It's just going to be not necessarily whenever I feel like it, but whenever I can kind of squeeze it in and stuff and knock it out. I still got to take care of the household, got to take care of my kids and things like that. So, but Trump versus Harris, who you got? I'm like, how do y'all even look at Kamala Harris and be like, yeah, bro, she's it. She's it. Like you can say what you want about Trump, but most of you pretty much all of us have lived under Trump, so we know what to expect. We're living under the Biden-Harris administration, and if economy is vindictive of an administration, especially a president's term, well, you got your answer. Why the fuck would you vote for Kamala Harris, right? Like I don't give a fuck how you feel about your emotion. Oh, or abortion rights. Oh, I gotta protect it. You know, abortion is funny anyways because you could just not have premarital sex. You can just not have sex without being in a committed relationship, right? Take some natural herbs. There's a lot of different options you can go about that. But yeah, aborting babies seems to be just stuck in people's minds, right? Every fucking election year, abortion, race, economy kind of on the back burner, same-sex rights, like all these things that we think are key and fundamental to a society. Like we think these are the building blocks and the foundations of a society, but they're not. They're not. And we could talk about economy, but really it's our financial system. Our financial system itself is bullshit. It's made up money, right? It's made up money. If you don't know that, that's part of the problem, but it's made up money. It's not sound financial principles. It's them just printing shit and saying, hey, look, we put more US dollars in circulation, so we're good. We got more money, but not backed by any resources, not backed by gold, not backed by silver. The inflation is up because you put more fucking money into circulation unnecessarily. Trump fucked it up too with the whole vaccine and shit. Try to get those vaccines in production to sell it to other countries. Pharmaceuticals. He worked for the pharmaceutical companies right there, but that's business. Not a business practice I particularly agree with, but I recognize that's business. And once again, if the United States government is a legal corporation and it's a business, then you're better off having a business mindset person in there. So Trump versus Harris, if I had to choose, I'm choosing Trump. I'm choosing Trump. And y'all could talk about the skin tone and how dare you as a black. Shut the fuck up. You know that's stupid. You know that's stupid. If 2024, if you're focused on the skin tone, why you should vote for someone, you've already fucked up, man. But that's the emotions coming out of people, right? And that's fine. I respect other people's opinion. I get it. I don't agree with it. I call it stupid. And I'm not going to sit and try to go back and forth with people because people get heated over things like that emotionally. And you shouldn't be so emotionally attached to this stuff because it's irrational. Because once again, none of these people fucking care about you. Like I said, I don't vote, but if you had me choose between those two, choice A, choice B, which is crazy enough that it's just two motherfucking choices. Why you only got two choices? The duality of it all. Understand the spirituality, that the spiritual warfare rather that's going on, that they're fucking with us, playing with our conscious mind. But I guess half y'all ain't conscious anyway, or further away from consciousness, further away from source, further away from awareness. So why appeal to, reasoning, logic? And then some of the Trump supporters, they just vote for Trump because same thing. Oh, we don't like the other side. That's it. That's it. So you're getting the same type of people on both sides voting for emotions. Oh yeah, this is our side. This is it. We're going to ride or die for this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Kind of extreme, right? Fanatical. The funny thing is, don't forget early 2000 with Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs. Never trust a motherfucker that has all these different nomenclatures, all these different little nicknames and stuff, whatever. Don't trust nobody that has that. But never forget, he had vote or die. Vote or die. I thought that was extreme as a kid. I in my teens. But I remember him being on MTV, TRL show, stuff like that. I think BET as well. Vote or die. Vote or die? Who the fuck? Who is you? Vote or die? We make it seem like it's that serious. Why? You really got to think about that. Because in and of itself, it sounds like a distraction. Damn, I'm going to get a new camera at some point. I'm just looking, I'm like, oh, the autofocus is all over the place. But hey, donate. I take donations. Help out with better equipment. Throwing that out there. I got to set up my links in there. No, I got my links set up. Yeah, going off topic. But yeah, to put things that drastically, vote or die, you need to vote. No matter who you vote for, you need to vote. They're telling you that if your options, your choices are limited, no matter what, you still got to make a choice. That's dangerous in itself, because who are you to force a choice upon me and then tell me to make a choice? Any institution, any group of people, anyone that tries to force a choice upon you and make you make a choice is stripping you of your power, of your intellect, of your own free will. That's dangerous. No different than identity politics. To be like, hey, because of your skin tone, because you're from this walk of life, because of your so-called culture and ethnic group, because of your religion, you should align yourself with these group of people. Align yourself with others based on superficial things. Not even necessarily, even those that when you based on ideologies or principles and morals. A lot of y'all morals and principles are skewed anyway. And it's not even your own morals and principles. It's just you adapting or adopting what others have put out there for you. A lot of y'all don't have your own personal identity. A lot of y'all don't even think for yourselves. Yet you're supposed to vote. Once again, does it actually matter? Because do they actually think you're smart enough to vote? Of course not. Of course not. What it comes down to is this. No matter how you spin it, no matter what perspective you look at it, the bigger picture of it all is suspicious. It's not genuine. It's disingenuous. These people don't care about you. Trump versus Harris, who you got? I got neither. I got myself. Autonomy. Self-governing. I don't need the government to tell me what to do with my fucking body. I don't need to tell me what to do with my life. I don't need them to keep fucking up the economy. Money is imaginary, so every time you're paying ones and zeros for your rent, your mortgage, for your utility bills, when you go to the gas station, you swipe your debit card or you pay with your fucking phone and nothing is actually taking place of any physicality that makes any logical sense to you? What the fuck is money anyways? We're all just doing shit to do shit. Oh God. We're fighting over ones and zeros, man. That's why those, you want to say the East of the Asian countries, rather, Russia, China, Iran, Pakistan, they're aligning, they're changing things up. They're adopting cryptocurrency. Pay attention to the BRICS. They're adopting cryptocurrency, adopting blockchain technology, changing up their financial system, bringing back gold, precious metals, resources. We can argue about that, but At least it's getting more aligned or better, a practical evolutionary path as far as a monetary system and an economy, especially on the macro level. That makes a little bit more sense than whatever the fuck we got going on here in the West, in America. Trump versus Harris, who you got? They're bought by other corporations, right? My issue with Trump is a concern. The vaccine thing was a concern, but cannot be forgotten. And God forbid, or you say this out loud, all of a sudden they want to shut you down and shit, but it's the Jewish people, right? It's the Jewish people, because Jewish in itself is just a word that's thrown out there. You have Jewish ethnicity, you have Jewish religion, and anybody can claim to be Jewish. But funding the state of Israel, bombing the Gaza Strip, things like that, we don't want to be a part of it. Most Americans do not want to be involved in that. But Trump is both sides, really, rather, like both sides will stand there for Israel. Y'all don't think that's an issue? They're making allies with other countries that you didn't even say, hey, I'm okay with. So once again, democracy, you can vote for the president, but you're not voting for when they drop a bomb on the motherfucker, right? You didn't vote to drop those bombs. You didn't vote to start those wars. You didn't vote to invade that country. You didn't vote to go look for oil in Afghanistan. I mean, to go after the terrorists after 9/11. You didn't vote for none of that. You didn't vote for any of that shit, yet they did it anyways. But, oh, that's right, technically we're not at war. Congress is supposed to declare war, so technically we're not at war, but they declare war on terrorism, which is crazy because that's what? An idea? Because you could throw the word terrorism around. You can call anybody you want a fucking terrorist group. You can call your local gang a terrorist group. You could label someone like myself who's outspoken about the government a terrorist. You could just throw that around. So this war on terrorism is kind of like the war on drugs. Like, we're going to put a war on an ideology in which it's never ending. Never ending story. Shit, you might as well fly around a little fucking dog thing or whatever, because it's all imaginary, right? We were just making up shit. But it's all designed to control your thoughts, your emotions, your moods, your minds, to strip you of your free will, to make you feel like you have no choice. Like, pretty much like what we call the Matrix. Many different levels to it in this simulation. Many different levels to it, or different perspectives of it, rather. Different dimensions of this Matrix. But that's one of them. The illusion of choice. The lack of autonomy. The fact that you can't govern yourself. In the land of the free, home of the brave, you're questioning your freedom every fucking day. That's hilarious. The irony, you have to just laugh at. Trump versus Harris, who you got? You're going to pick Trump. You're going to pick Harris. Everyone's a fucking idiot. I'm going to choose no one, and I'm still going to be stuck with the rest of you motherfuckers. But we'll talk about that another day. So until next time, I'm out.
Life's a gamble, I roll dice. Bet against me, I roll twice. I done beat the odds my whole life. I said I'm ready for
Talking
greatness.
shit, they